Okay, so the pain and suffering video definitely got way lesser views than I thought it would get, rather than the Demon Slayer animatic, which I thought was quite surprising, considering that this video took way longer to make and was way much more of a pain in the ass than this video, which took like 2 days to make. And considering that one took way much more longer. But whatever. So, part 2 it is, people. So, as you guys know from my first pain and suffering video, that my leg is a complete mess. And I mentioned how my leg got stuck in the fat ass screw. Now, that was quite traumatizing. But the scar that I'm going to talk in this video is actually pretty new. It was only a few months ago, and it happened at a skate park. Specifically, the Putrajaya skate park. My fellow Malaysians will know where that is. Yeah, that's right, I skate. I'm cool. How do you do, fellow kids? I used to go there regularly, but now I can't. I wonder why. I can't do tricks, by the way. I can only go on ramps. So of course in an average skate park there will be ramps everywhere. There, here, down the sacrificing basement, just everywhere. But of course I have my favorite ramp. This ramp was quite special to me. You can skate from a little slope, to gain speed to drop into another slope, to drop into another slope, which in turn goes full circle. I can't breathe. Kinda like this. So yeah, it may look boring, but trust me, it's pretty fun. Well, for me at least. Anyways, we always used to go to the skate park in the evening. Why, you ask? Why not? It was quite dark as it was getting late, so it was a bit hard to see. We were there from 5:30 to 7:45, so we were quite tired. But I wanted to go on another run on my favorite ramp again. It was supposed to be a quick little rundown, so I gathered up a lot of speed and I went down the first slope. As I was going down, at the corner of my eye, I see this kid on a bike. He went down the exact second I went down. Note that this was the fastest that I've ever been down the ramp at that time. As I was going down, I was thinking in my head, shoot, this kid is barreling straight towards me at a very fast speed. I'm already pumping and committing to this speed. If I step off the board, I might fall and get brain damage. Not like my brain is already dead anyway, and if I keep going, I might hurt this kid. While these thoughts were going through my mind, it has already been too late. I got up and I immediately went to check on the kid, cause he looked around below 10, and I am double his size. So ramming into him with this kind of weight and height difference might cause some major injury somewhere. Bunch of people came over to check on us, but I was already checking on the kid. He was not moving and was just lying there. Thank God he had a helmet, but I think he passed out as he was not moving a muscle. But I wasn't thinking that when I was staring down and looking at him. I already thought of the worst. But the adults came down and said that he was fine, he just needed some air. I was looking at him as if it was my fault, which it was, by the way. I felt so bad to the point I apologized to the people around me. People who weren't even his parents. They said it was fine. They said that things like this happen all the time in skate parks. They were fine with the incident and said it was just a minor mistake. But it certainly didn't feel like a minor mistake. A guy looked down my leg and pointed at my leg and said that my leg had an open wound. There was blood dripping down my leg and the skin had torn open. Ugh. But it did not matter at the time, and I took it as a light matter. Which it was not, by the way. The blood was dripping everywhere and pretty much covered my whole leg. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted today. A kid with a concussion and a bleeding leg. Thank you. Kid woke up to see a buttload of people crowded around him. I think I bothered him too much about if he was alright or not. I know it might be weird asking so much, but I was really scared, okay? I'm very sensitive when it comes to hurting people. Except when it's my brother or really close friends, then I don't really care. After that, I got up from the ramps and found a bench to rest and look at my wound. I didn't notice how gross it looked, but I did not wipe off the blood yet because I did not have any wipes or cloth with me. So I just sat there. Since my leg already felt numb, I think from a weird way that I wounded myself, it kinda hit my nerves in a weird way where it felt numb and cold. I was worried at first, but I said it would be fine. I mean, it can't be that bad. It was, by the way. Coincidentally, the kid's parents were sitting across the bench from mine, so I limped myself to them and apologized a lot. And they said it was fine and I should worry about my leg, but I still felt bad. The drive back home was pretty normal actually. My mom gave me a cleaning wipe in order to clean the wound. But it wasn't any normal wipe. It was one of those antibacterial wipes. You know, the one with those medical stuff on it and all that. Yeah, so you know how that went. Ow. Ow. We went to a Chinese restaurant to eat dinner and went home. but the wound was still open, so we slapped some bandages and cotton. Which, might I add, was a pretty terrible idea as the cotton would have stuck on the wound and it was a hell to take off. And let me just tell you that showering was just as painful as you think. It took a few weeks for the bleeding to stop and for my leg to like stop bleeding, and then I had to take off the bandage. There would be situations where the wound would stick to my sweatpants and that would be an absolute anarchy. So yeah, I now have this scar to remind me of how I gave a kid a concussion. This scar was actually on my left leg and the screw scar was on my right leg. So guess what, now both my legs have scars. Yay! And like I said, my whole leg is a whole mess of shame. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys like it. Sorry it might have taken way too long to produce as school is starting and all that crap. So any support at all would be appreciated, and thank you. Anyways, bye and be safe, kids.